guys, and welcome back to another episode of Federico Talks Watches. Today, I'm joined by my business partner, John. How you doing, bro?
Good, how are you?
Good, man. I figured today we talk about our boutique experience that we had this weekend over at the Aventura Mall. Went to the Rolex boutique, the Omega boutique, and the Breitling boutique, and all the experiences were pretty different.
Yeah, I guess that's very fair to say.
Before we get started, though, what are you wearing?
Got my Speedmaster, Omega Speedmaster 145022 from 1970. What do you have?
I've got my Girard Perregaux Laureato Evo Moonphase, one of my favorite watches in my collection. And also, guys, don't forget to check out delraywatch.com. Bunch of new watches in stock. Omega Mark 40, the colorful one. What else? Grand Seiko Spring Drive GMT. Very, very sweet.
It's really hard to keep track of all the things we're getting in.
Well, that's why I'm struggling to remember. And an Air King Box and Papers 2019 Rolex, of course. All that and more at delraywatch.com. Link in the description below. So yeah, this weekend, right? We're hanging out. It was Saturday. We decided to go grab a bite to eat at the Aventura Mall. Sushi, as usual. We're hanging out. We eat. And then before going home, we decide, let's walk around and check out some cool watches.
I didn't want to. I'm kind of on watch burnout. You made us go.
Well, I always got to see kind of what's going on. And we walked into 3 boutiques. And the experiences were really, really different.
Oh, yeah.
So the first boutique we walked into was Rolex, which I believe was managed by Mayors.
Yep.
What'd you think of the Rolex boutique?
Well, I mean, if you're familiar with any of the Rolex resellers or dealers, it's pretty much the same, except for, I would say, I mean, you kind of said the business name, so now I can't say anything too negative, but I would say I didn't feel welcome at all, even though I was wearing a high-end watch, and...
Which shouldn't matter, by the way.
It shouldn't matter, but it often does.
Okay, yeah.
You know, like, you're a potential customer, and they should know that, but we receive basically no service.
Well, here's the thing. Generally, I dislike that, but I don't mind it either. And here's what I mean. We walked in into a sea of two-tone Datejusts and ladies' models.
And Cellinis.
And Cellinis.
They did have Cellinis.
The salesperson simply said hello, welcome. But that's it. Not how can we help you? What would you like to see today?
Wearing?
What are you wearing? Do you want anything to drink? None of that. Now, don't get me wrong, right? That's kind of nice because I like to not be bothered. But at the same time, someone that comes from retail, that's shitty service.
If you were a retail customer, you would feel not special, and isn't that luxury?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
If you were a retail customer, and we looked like retail customers.
And here's the thing, the boutique was also completely empty. So it's not like she was busy, with somebody else. So whatever. We looked around. We walk out. Next, we go to Omega. We walk in. Beautiful boutique, by the way. Double the size of Rolex. Beautiful and modern. Ton of watches in stock.
Watchmaker on staff.
Watchmaker on staff doing his thing. A whole strap section. Very impressive boutique.
Very nice boutique.
If I say so myself. And we look around, and it takes a couple minutes, but someone comes up to us. How may I help you? And the first thing he says, he looks at John, and he's like, wow, you're wearing a Seamaster. And then he looks at me, he's like, what are you wearing? I'm like, well, I had my limited edition Speedy on. And this guy then proceeded to talk to us about our watches, right?
We looked like 2 Omega fanboys walking in like, yay, what's new?
And it totally wasn't planned.
Was not planned.
But, very pleasant experience. I tried on the new Aquaterra. I tried on the Omega Big Blue. I think you were talking straps with the guy.
The guy knew so much about which straps from other models would fit on other models. Mm-hmm. And I was pretty impressed because typically the people that are working at these boutiques and even, the ADs, they really don't always know the watches to that level.
Oh, this guy was an expert. This guy was absolutely an expert.
He knew reference numbers.
I was pleasantly impressed.
Oh, yeah.
So, try on some watches. And we leave. Next, right before we're heading to the cars, we see the Breitling boutique. And, I haven't seen the new Navitimer 8 or what is it called? Aviator 8. They changed the name.
Well, the little placard in the case said that it was the Navitimer collection, but the person working the store was calling it the Aviator.
Well, it's because Breitling originally called it the Navitimer, confused the shit out of everybody, and then they changed it to the Aviator.
But their actual information in the window still says one thing.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that's going to change. But, I haven't seen that watch. I haven't seen the new Pan Am Navitimers. And generally, I love the Breitling boutiques. Great pop art, just a very cool little boutique. So we walk in. What happens? I'll let you go.
Well, we walk in and right away we're picked up, which is nice, right? You could tell that they were motivated to make a sale, which makes sense for just the condition of where the brand is today. But the store was very nice, very aeronautical theme, very in line with the marketing. So it's almost like you're stepping into one of their ads from a magazine, which is so cool because you see the ads and they have big pictures of the people in the ads, and if you're into that, it's more of an experience, I would say, than you just walk into an empty Rolex store and look at a green wall
with no watches in it.
Yeah, and a lady picking her fingernails, thinking about her children at home.
No, this guy was super cool, ready to pull out anything we wanted, and then in the middle of me trying on an Aviator, he busts out a menu, and he's like, "Would you gentlemen like anything?"
And he was
serious.
He was so pushy with this beverage list. He demanded that we had at least an espresso, if not an alcoholic beverage, and we told him, we just had lunch, and he's like, "You must have an after lunch beverage."
Champagne. No, but dude, they had a printed menu.
A fancy menu too.
A fancy
top
menu.
Shelf alcohols.
And the gentleman answered all my questions, and then right before we left, he gave me his card and wrote down his cell phone number. And he said, "Any questions you have, just text me."
And he pushed really hard to collect our email addresses.
Which is, it's customer relationship, man. I mean, it's normal, right?
But I'm just impressed that, the people working at that store were pulling out everything from a good business manual. Whereas everyone else was like, we don't have to necessarily do too much.
Well, it just seems like Rolex, the king of sales, the salesperson couldn't give a crap. The Omega, boutique treated us very well, but nothing spectacular. Very good salesperson, very knowledgeable, but nothing above and beyond. And they're in the middle of the road in sales. And Breitling, that is really hurting, has hired some top-notch salespeople that are doing everything possible to make you feel special. It's kind of interesting, isn't it?
We have some Breitlings in stock, and we're hiring salespeople.
Are you saying we should offer top-shelf beverages over the internet?
Over the phone.
Well, I just, ultimately, the reason I made this is I don't want to rag on Rolex too much. I love Rolex. I own Rolex.
Oh, yeah.
But just because your business is doing very well is no excuse to offer a subpar experience. I mean, already you don't have any watches in stock in the boutique, but at least hire somebody personable.
Yeah, if there is a serious pullback in the world markets and the economies and the sales do come down, they're going to have to do those things, and there's going to be watches dumped on the internet, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. And instead of going for the cheapest price, if they want people in the door paying retail, they have to do something that the internet can't do.
Sure. And listen, I'm not saying the crappy experience is going to hurt Rolex's sales. It really... Ultimately, I don't think it matters, but I do think as a customer, I was a little bit disappointed. And if their demand wasn't so high, I mean, that's the differentiating factor. It can be between two brands. And I was just a little disappointed, that's all. No? I mean...
Maybe if you would have wore your Hulk, they would have said, "Oh, Mr. Yosa, please come in, have a sandwich, have a glass of water." I don't know.
Water. Champagne. Champagne. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share with you our very different boutique experiences that we had this weekend. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Does it matter to you? Does it not? And also, please don't forget to subscribe to my partner John's channel. That's John P. Link in the description below as well, where you can get a very different opinion than mine most of the time.
Can they tell us in the comments their worst AD shopping experience?
Yes. Please, a great one. Please add your worst shopping experience.
We can talk about that later.
Absolutely. We'll make videos about it. We'd love to hear your ideas. In the meantime, please don't forget to thumbs up this video. It really does help. And don't forget to subscribe. Guys, thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.
DelRayWatch.com.